So hello, we are here today at the Loco horror train in Dereham. So yeah, it's not had amazing reviews for the first night, but we're giving it the benefit of the doubt. We're going to give it a go, and yeah, hopefully take you along for the journey. So as you can tell now, we're not at the Loco horror train anymore. Yeah, we weren't allowed to record. I did contact them at least 4 times prior to the event to see if I was allowed to, and I thought, yeah, they haven't responded, I'll just take my camera anyway. But yeah, I got in there and they were like, oh no, you can't, not allowed to record, and no photography or anything, which was slightly annoying. But to be fair, there wouldn't have been a lot to show you. The actual event, it wasn't great. It's I'll start with the good points. So the good points was the audio track. They had like an audio track that was constantly playing when you was on the train and throughout the whole thing. Some of the audio on that was really good, and you can tell a lot of time and effort has gone into the audio. When you actually arrive at the event, which is the short bit of video that I've got at the start of this, it's all very, it's very elaborate. There's a lot going on. There's actors and that like walking around. You go in that big tent and there's like drinks and just stuff going on. But then you get on the train and yeah, it all just sort of goes downhill. It's the actors. Some of the actors' outfits were really good, and the actors themselves, some of them were really good. But that's as far as the good points go. It's from then on is I wish I hadn't done the event. I feel like I wasted my money. The idea of it was a good idea, but in reality it just didn't work. It was, so basically you sat on the train, and then there was a bit of a sort of a story, and then the train started moving. It went from one station to another, and then it sort of stopped at the stations, and something happened, and then it moved on to the next one, and then you went back again. But the story, I don't even know what the story was about. The story was about some guy called Mr. Loco or something who had an obsession with trains, and his nan died, and that's all I can tell you, because it had no point to it. There was, yeah, it was. I don't even know what the story was about, because half of it you couldn't hear. It was so confusing, so I don't actually know what the story was about. So the actors were just sort of like walking up and down the train basically. There wasn't a lot of interaction at all with the actors. It was very just so they sort of walked by you. The whole thing could have been done without the train actually moving. I think that they have wasted so much money on actually paying for the train to go from station to station. You could have done 98% of what happened on that without the train moving. I think that it's like some of the actors walking through were trying to tell part of a story, but because the carriages were so long and they were full, so they were like sort of like walking the length of it, you couldn't hear half of what they were saying. It was like they'd say a bit and then they'd be gone, and then you wouldn't hear anything until they come back again. And it was just too big a groups. They need to condense them to like half a carriage, and then they need to double, if not triple, the actor force, because there just wasn't enough of them, and it wasn't consistent enough. There was probably, there was sort of 10-15 minutes at a time where you sat there and nothing happened. And to me, that's not, it's a 70, whatever it was, 75 minute or whatever experience. You expect it to be, to be full of actors and stuff going on, but it just wasn't. I think they said that they're going to do it again next year. I hope, for their sake and for the other people buying the tickets, that they do it completely differently. I hope they don't. They could do it by having you get on one end of the train, you walk through the train, and there's a sort of a story in that as you go along, and there's different scares and stuff, and then you get out the other end. That would probably work better than having the train, everyone sit on the train and it move up and down the track, and because it just yeah, it wasn't good. It was awful. I don't like to say it, and I don't like to, because people have put a lot of effort into it, and you can tell it it was so boring. Was not good. So it's a bit of a sad vlog, really. I don't like doing these sort of things where I basically say something's no good, but this, it really wasn't. I would not recommend it. Don't waste your money on it. I really hope they completely revamp it and do something different for next year, because the idea of it is very good. I think the team behind it could be very good. They just don't do the train. Just don't move it. Sit it there. Use the station a little bit. Just do some walkthroughs. I think because the characters were there for such a long period of time, sometimes that takes away from the scare of it. The reason scare mazes work is because you're walking through, the scenery's constantly changing. The actors are there and then they're gone again. They're not there for an extended period of time, which loses the atmosphere of being scared. So yeah, just don't don't do the same thing again, please change it up. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. If you've done the event, leave your comments below. You might have really enjoyed it. I might have just had a bad experience, but judging from the majority of the feedback on their website, it's not good all round. But yeah, leave a comment below if you have done it, or if you're thinking of doing it. If you bought the tickets, you might as well go along, see what it's like. It might be different for you. They might change things up. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one.